Hi friends, my name is Brooke and welcome to Honeycomb House. We're going to do a fall tour today and I tried to go really slow so that you can see everything today. Before I hadn't shown all of the kitchen, and this time you're going to be able to see all of that too because I feel like we are finally moved in. We had a long story. We were displaced from our house for 11 months, but we've been back in now for a little over 2, almost 3. I've kind of lost track. But we have finished up decorating for fall, and I have so many wonderful things to show you. I am a huge vintage cottage lover. I loved thrift. I love antiques. So I put a lot of different things together to make different looks, and I change them out all the time. So I would love if you would follow along and come back because I'm working up to my favorite time of the year, Christmas. But let's celebrate fall because I am a farmer's daughter and I love everything harvest, and I don't do scary Halloween, and if you do, that's fine. But I definitely just do fall. I love the leaves, the colors, the season, everything about fall, especially the bountiful harvest aspects of it. So I love to do a lot of greenery. I have collected greenery for years and years and years, and I keep even the smallest little tiny bits to reuse. And if I'm tired of something, I will take it apart and redo it. Because I feel like if I like the different pieces, they can be used in something else. And so that's worked really well for me to redo wreaths and arrangements over the years and have my basics that I just add to here and there. So I love a lot on my spaces, a lot on my flat surfaces. I decorate with books, bows, different trays, pottery, greenery, lamps. As you can see, I love vintage clocks, you name it. But I like to layer things. And people laugh and say, how do you dust all of this? And I just laugh and say, I don't. Well, I kind of do. I can just kind of use a Swiffer over the top of it. But so many times I'm changing out everything. So whenever I change it out for the seasons, it gets a good cleaning. So I don't think you'll see dust today, but we do have 3 dogs and 2 cats. So you might see some dog and cat hair. And I know you're going to see some kittens in a little bit. We live in Alabama, and I love it here. We live at the foot of the mountains on Lake Guntersville. So we like a vintage, I would say that's first and foremost, a little bit farmhouse, obviously, and a lot rustic. So warm and cozy, of course, but we like our rustic touches. And, you know, my house has changed over the years. I can remember it being a little bit more Victorian, and then a lot more farmhouse, and even a few like maybe modern farmhouse of like 5-6 years ago. And now I don't even know what to call it. Eclectic, cozy, I don't know. I just keep finding wonderful things and I just want to incorporate it into the house. And I will tell you that the other people that inspire me, their houses have even more. That is my excuse. That's what I'm going with. But I do, especially for the holidays, bring out all the stops. So is my house always like this? Pretty much, but not exactly. There's extra because of fall. But I do like a lot of things scattered around, a lot of texture, a lot of florals, a lot of pretty. I do, layers upon layers. I like to stack things. I don't know, it's just everything that's good and pretty ends up finding a place somewhere. Sometimes I have to walk around with something for a good half a day trying to figure out exactly where it's going to go. One thing that I feel like I've done a better job at is going up on height. We have 11-foot ceilings in the entry and in the great room, and I feel like I've used them this time. It draws your eye up. So this is my library table. It was the very first antique piece that my mother got me when I went to my first apartment. I absolutely love it. I decorate it, often, but recently I added this piece. We're going to call it a shelf. It's just an architectural piece. It is the top to a sideboard flipped upside down, and it's missing its mirror. But I added little pulls so that I could hang little trinkets, and I have it's very narrow, but it works to put a little bit of decor, and later on I may extend that shelf so that it's a little bigger. I don't know. It was a whim, and I put it up there, and I really like it. So here's more of my books. I redid the pumpkin. The pumpkin, it was actually at Walmart this year. A friend gave it to me. But I dolled it up, of course, with a bow and greenery and put a candle in it. I have so many lights in this house. Every surface cannot have a light on it, but it can have a little accent light. There you go. On my trips to Indiana to visit my grandson and my family, I thrift from Alabama to Indiana, and this little pillow is something I found there, and I just thought it was so cute with a little hand-stitched pumpkin on it. I recently moved this large piece over more towards the door because I have already been thinking about Christmas, and I'm still deciding where our huge tree is going to go. But I am considering putting it in the entry and doing an all-out Christmas extravaganza in this room. I think it would be fantastic, and I wouldn't have to move the rest of my furniture. All I'd have to move is the rocker. So I'm going to put up 3 or 4 or more trees, but I'm thinking about putting the big one there. I don't know. I've always had it in the same spot, but I'm thinking really hard about it. I think it would be really, really pretty. So here's me making another light. It's a watering can, and I stuck a little candlestick type light with a little flicker flame in there, and I love it. And the little easel, it's always around. It is crooked. The picture is not crooked. The easel is. It's leaning. We need to work on repairing it. I have a lot of broken things in my decor. I just can't bear to let them go, and I just bring home. I guess I find all the broken and misplaced things and say, come on, come with me. So before we get too far into this, I am going to make a little comment. I make a comment in all of the videos that show them. We do decorate with deer. I will not respond to any comments. No, we did not shoot them. We found them all vintage, and I do think they're beautiful. You get to put what you want in your home, and I will decorate ours with what we like. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there. I just think they're beautiful. We feed the deer 2 years ago. We haven't been recently. We live at Lake Guntersville at the foot of a mountain, and there's all kinds of wildlife here. So we love all of it, and it's just something that I think is pretty, and we have deer prints and antlers and just a lot of rustic outdoor type things I incorporate into our home and love. This sign is one of the first signs that Mike and I got together when we first got together, and I absolutely love it. It's been in almost every room, and I just have Afghans and a quilt hanging on a coat rack. And again, I think I'm going to do the big tree in here soon. So how much fun will that be? The casings on the door frames, we absolutely love the openings, not door frames, but cased openings. That's what I'm trying to say. Our beam style, and Mike did those for us, and I absolutely love the touch of walnut. The flooring we did this time is significantly darker, but I absolutely love the reclaim look. I try to have all the sources of things on the bottom of my description, in the videos, but I'll just go ahead and tell you. It's Entryway, Rustic Cabin, something like that. Something Cabin is the name of our flooring. You finally get to see the kitchen. I had kind of been holding back on putting the kitchen in videos, but you're going to see it today. It wasn't quite finished, but finally, I feel like it's all done so that we can all see it. The couches and chairs are new additions. Our other ones were water damaged. They're Stoneland from Ashley Furniture, and they're very comfortable. We got 2 recliners and a couch. We just love cozy. Mike and I are in our 50s. We watch TV. We are just wanting to be comfortable in this stage in life. I've had the beautiful couches that required maintenance and care, and these are just hands down one of the most comfortable. So these are my little twin kittens. They're not actually twins, but we call them that. This is Patsy and Happy. Patsy's the one in front. They are characters. They popped up all around when I was filming this time. They are not house cats. They're supposed to be outside cats, but they come in because Mama loves them, and they get to sit on my lap and purr and possibly bite me. You know, as I'm talking today, they're still in here, so they might surprise me, or you might hear them talking. But we love our kitties. We have the 2 kitties, 2 puppies. Hey, come here, Patsy. She's so cute. Miss Personality there. And I said 2 kitties, 3 puppies, and recently 2 geese. What a story. They just showed up and they think that we're Mama and Daddy. So if you follow me on Instagram, I share them in our stories. We call them Thelma and Louise, and I say that it's the adventures of Thelma and Louise. So they're not pinned up or anything here. They just come and visit and squawk, and they absolutely love my koi and goldfish pond. So they make a total mess of it, but they're beautiful. And if you sit on the steps, they'll just let you pet them. So we don't know where they came from. We don't know how long they'll be here. But they are nature at its finest, and they follow me around the yard. It's so cute. So, I found this bookcase, we'll call it, shelving unit for $40 on Facebook Marketplace. And I love it. It's dark in this picture. I wish the lighting was better. It's kind of hard to video this side because of all the windows. But it's someplace that I can put all of my house plants, and it is so nice. So it is one of my most recent additions. And then this corner cabinet, you'll get a better view of it in a minute. It is new. I didn't have that before we rebuilt the house. And I have put fall things in it, and I absolutely love having more shelves. So here you can see a little bit more. Our poor plants had a really tough time in the rentals. We went through 4 different rentals before we were back in our house, and they really missed the lighting we have here. So I feel like I'm starting over with my house plants, but Mike and I both love house plants. This basket was my grandfather's, and I absolutely love using baskets and buckets and tins and things for my plants, and having them be a little bit prettier than just a regular container. So here's a little bit of the shelf unit that I have decorated for fall. And you see that as you come into the house, and I absolutely think that it's so much fun. And I just keep adding and adding to the shelves. If you don't like your shelves, add more to them. I promise you. They just need more texture, more color, more something. Just keep adding to them. This is my original pipe and safe. It survived the storm. The tree fell inches from it, and it survived. It has quilts in it. Sometimes I have the doors open, and sometimes they're closed up, and I need to open them back up for Christmas. But for now, I've just shut them because it fits better in this corner with the doors shut. But yes, this barn wood unit has been so nice because instead of having to find plants all over the house to water, they're all right there, so they all actually get attention. I have been really bad about forgetting where I put plants and then forgetting to water them. Do you all do things like that? So here is the crocks and pottery and all the little vintage not vintage pumpkins, but little vintage bits and little faux mums, and it's just such a fun area. When I share this area, I have people say, "Where is your store located?" And I have to kind of laugh. I'm like, I'm not a store. I'm just a crazy lady that has way too much stuff. So, thank you, but I don't sell anything. I just share vintage decor ideas. And I just have found the nicest people that have become friends, and we all love this type of decor, and we all share our homes, and it has just been a great joy for me to make my little videos and my little stills and to share them, and people will say that they enjoyed it or they were inspired, because I know I love these videos. I love to see other people's houses and how they use things. I'll just be like, oh my gosh, I could have done that. And sometimes, you pick it up, and sometimes you just enjoy it. Just leave a comment, and it's just so nice to hear from people that appreciate things like that. And a lot of my followers are older, and they'll say, I remember when I used to decorate my house like that, and I just don't anymore, but that's okay. I enjoy seeing yours, and that is so sweet. And I've had some people say that they share my videos at retirement centers and villages, and they'll say the residents really liked looking at people's decorations, and it came up, and we're going to follow you, and they say they are so excited to see your Christmas. And that's so exciting for me, because that's what it's all about. I just feel like the world is kind of a scary place right now. I'm not going to go down that hole, but this is a safe place. This is, I do always just share the positive in life, and cozy family life, and faith-based. Sometimes my music is faith-based, and I have a lot of faith-based decor, and I just want everyone to get along, I guess is the best way. So here you can see I did do some symmetry. We have used dressers and things with drawers as side tables on each side of the fireplace, and I love that. I love it so much because I can use all those drawers. There's all kinds of things shoved. Think of like your junk drawer times 6. And I love that. I have like light bulbs and batteries and different placemats and all sorts of things in those drawers. And they've added so much storage, and I love it. Okay, here we are. We finally made it to the kitchen. These were my original bar stools. They did survive the storm. They weren't damaged, but pretty much everything you see is brand new. This is right where the tree fell through the house. And this kitchen, I loved my original kitchen. If you go back on my videos, you can see it. I did. I loved it, but this one is 10 to 1,000 times better. The brick wall, I could gush for days about the brick and how much that we love it. We did a quartz Calcutta Wow, and I do love it. I think it is gorgeous, but it shows everything, every speck. I had a granite that had a lot more movement, and you literally could not see things on it. So I am constantly wiping this quartz. Would I change it? Probably not. But boy, it's gorgeous. But it is maintenance. But The cabinets are Repose Gray by Sherwin-Williams. They were custom made, and I love the color. If you stand back in a video, they almost look white. And even though it has gray in the name, I would not call my cabinets gray. They are this very, very, very pale, taupey color. And I absolutely love them. This white dotted thing you're seeing, that is a water oil diffuser, and it goes in my videos. I turn it on every morning and I add a few drops of oil, and people are always asking me if something is either smoking or what it is. So I got it on Amazon, and it holds a gallon of water. It'll run almost 2 days. So I absolutely love it. Just a little few drops. Right now it has apple cinnamon in it. So I have wire baskets holding cutting boards, serving trays, silver. I have a lot of cutting boards out right now, and I use them. I absolutely love them. So I'm so glad I did the dark accent wood stain. I just think it looks so pretty with my shelves and the brick. So Mike is very trained. He knows these are no-touch towels. We don't dry our hands or wipe the counter. He has to live with a woman that has a lot of decor, and he's used to it. When he cooks, he moves all the stuff off of the stove because he knows I always have things resting on there to be pretty. But it's normally me messing with that stuff more than him, but occasionally he cooks a few things. The shelves are floorboards from a Huntsville, Alabama factory. I love them. They were saved from my original kitchen, and we actually had to trim them down a little bit, but they are gorgeous. I love all the character and the thickness of them. So right now I just have decorative things, but I have had cookware up there and plates and bowls to grab. Right now I've just kind of had it. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling out how I want to decorate the kitchen this time. This vintage fan, I'd love to find more. I don't leave it running all the time, but it works great, and boy does it move the air. I just think that it's wonderful. It feels so good to have a fan in the kitchen. Just a little bit of fall things. This turkey platter I got for $3. It's glass, not plastic. I thought it was such the deal. I'm starting to collect more turkey stuff. I usually just do fall pumpkins, but I'm starting to collect the turkeys again. The little scale and another cutting board and some towels, just little things around. I'm blessed to have a lot of counter space with my island, so I can kind of go a lot extra on my counters. The thin brick is actually a tile type thing. It's like a cement that's tinted, and it was from Home Depot. It's special order, but you can have it, and it's Cafe Chicago brick. If you just search that, Cafe Chicago, on Home Depot, it will come right up. And we did white grout with the extra thick line. And we did 2 drawers underneath our sink, and I'm obsessed with them. They've got my dishwasher tablets and towels and cleaning supplies. I just absolutely love how our island has turned out. All of my lighting is from Smallwoods, and it was made in Texas. Mabel and something else are the names of the lighting. I used to know them, but now I've forgotten. But it's in my sources again. Smallwoods is a USA brand. It's a Kohler sink with the grate 36 inches. It's huge. Absolutely love it. There you can see the quartz, Calcutta Wow. And then we did the gold pools, and I love them as well. I just think that it adds that little soft character and touch. The dining room is an extension, I feel like, of our kitchen, because I brought the same colors over into that area. I'm very, very, very happy that we did the beadboard as part of our backsplash underneath the cabinets, and then it runs along to the dining area. I think that is a fantastic touch. More of my vintage baskets. I love them. We added hooks to the line of our trim, and so I can add, of course, more little trinkets. A little envelope style metal hanging basket, and then I've hung things on the side of the pie pan safe. The dining room table always has a lot of comments, and so I will say it's mostly vintage. The wood piece, there's more of the lighting. The wood piece that's in the center of it, I got at a vintage show. If you go to a newer home decor places, they normally do carry it in the upscale ones, or one very similar to it. But if you go to a vintage show, you will find several, or at least I have. So it is fantastic to add different things to. My plates are vintage Johnson Brothers. The pattern is called Game Birds. There's like 6 different birds. So they're all vintage, and they are very hard to find. So I would love to I have 5 of the large plates, and I would like to find at least 1, or I'd like to find 3 and have at least 8. And they have been hard to find. And even on like Etsy, however you say that, they're still pricey and hard to find. But we love them, and I leave them out pretty much all year. I will change them up for Christmas. I have Christmas plates. But we do leave the table decorated like that. If I come and Mike and I have a meal, we just move the 2 bird plates out of the way, and usually just sit and kind of watch TV from there. I'm also pretty bad about eating on the couch. I don't know. Maybe that's a bad habit, but we do sit with our plates in our laps sometimes. This pie pan safe is newer to me. I absolutely love it. It's huge. Here you can see I am starting a little bit of a turkey collection. I found this platter, I think, for 10, and then the little salt and pepper shakers. I will be adding more things. I just think that they are so cute. I love the little pops of color in here. Not all of this is ironstone. It's just white dishes. You know, I love the restaurant-ware dishes. There's a whole lot of different things that you can collect and get the same look for less. So it's just a little hodgepodge of things. But they're so much fun to decorate with. I love the detail on the doors on this. Here you can see kind of this back corner. It doesn't get shown very often, but it has a pretty vintage print and more things. You can see my little hooks here. So, love, love, love. All right, there's a little bit more out from the kitchen. Like I said, I think I said, the bar stools were our original ones. They weren't damaged. And I love this view, to be able to see the TV and all through that area. On the other side of those doors is our screen porch. We like to have the doors open whenever the weather is nice. So it's kind of an inside-out garden-style house. The table luckily did survive. This is the table that we had before. Before the water and the tree completely fell, I was able to push it out of the way. Not everything, of course, was able to be saved, but since we had this table we loved and Mike had built the benches, I was very much wanted to get it out of the way, and thank goodness we did. So that was worrisome, what would have mold issues and what would be damaged, but luckily it was things are replaceable, people are not. That was what we learned from the whole thing with the house. So this little corner here, another little chest. This one holds all tableware things. So different linens and placemats, napkins and such. Birds on another book with some greenery. This one says, count your garden by the flowers, never by the leaves that fall. Count your days by golden hours, don't remember clouds at all. Count your nights by stars, not shadows. Count your years with smiles, not tears. Count your blessings, not your troubles. I'd have to rewind. I ran out of time. It's just so cute. Little cross stitch. The vintage bird print and the cuckoo clock. It doesn't work, but it's so cute. And then this is the only print curtains I put in here. The rest of them are the clear. Plain. All right. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you didn't get too bored me yammering on. I would love for you to give us a follow at Honeycomb House. I do share all throughout the year, not just the holidays, and I will try to get back and share more spaces very, very, very soon. Again, my name is Brooke, and I would love to connect, so leave me a comment, and if you share your home, I would love to see it as well. Y'all be safe out there, and thanks so much for stopping by today.